you can fall in love if you want to, but no one's gonna fall in love with you back. Hey guys. So I don't know, I wanted to start like a web diaries type thing where I film on my laptop. It kind of feels like a Zoom meeting, low-key, not gonna lie. But anyway, so I like this boy. Oh my days. Okay, so I like this boy, and I don't know if he likes me back because I can't even say who it is or what major he's taking because our campus is literally this small, and I've bumped into people on campus who are like, oh my gosh, are you Angel's digital diary? And I'm like, yeah. So I can't even like say anything, but I like this boy, Joe. And he's around the prettiest girls, like, yeah, so pretty. And you know, like, naturally you're like, oh, not his type, whatever. But I don't know. Like, I would like to think he's not that shallow. Genuinely, I like to think he's not that shallow, but he's a man. And they cannot be trusted. But I was thinking about it yesterday, and it really got me thinking about how I'm not romantically attractive to anyone. I feel like even like old men, they don't find me romantically attractive. They're attracted to my youth. And because I'm fat, I look older than my age. Although some people think I look younger than my age, I think it just genuinely depends on what I'm wearing that day. But I am not romantically attractive. I've never been romantically attractive. So, like growing up, I would always be around like my older sister, and like I just watch men fawn over her, and they will come up to me and be like, oh, what's your sister's name? Give me your sister's number. And naturally I'm like, no, because that's my sister. But also I always just felt like I was like this bodyguard to her, you know, and she could like be an airhead and live carefree. And I never had that. I was severely bullied in primary school. In high school, there was this guy. He was not into me, but he did this. I went to an all-girls school, and he had this weird thing where he dated everyone in our school. That was his goal, was to date everyone in our school. So he started from the grade 8s all the way to matrics. And literally, I heard one story where he was dating this girl from matric, and then when they broke up, he disappeared. Like, no one knew where he went. And he wasn't, I think he was in grade 10 at the time. And whatever. But even when he would, like, okay, so I have to tell the story. Like, he had my phone number, but I don't know how he got my phone number, but grade 9 was crazy for me. I was trying to fit in with everyone. And he had my number and we were talking. I knew he didn't like me. I knew it was a game, but I still liked that little bit of attention because I never got it before. And I remember one day he walked me to the taxi rank because at the time I took taxis. He walked me to the taxi rank and he wanted to kiss me. And I was to kissing him, but something in me was like, nah, B, not him, not him. Which in retrospect, I don't regret it. Actually, now I think I was about to be like, oh, I would rather. I don't regret it. Anyway, so there was that, and like I said, like old men, like weird old men, and I'm going to use my sister as a case study because I grew up with this girl. Like I know everything. My sister, she's like short and like slim, thick, and light skin. I think you know where I'm going with this. And to constantly be compared to her made me feel so ugly. I think my whole life, even now, sometimes I genuinely feel like I'm the ugliest person in my family. There's nothing you can tell me. I literally looked in the mirror and I was like, damn, like you're real ugly for real. Like no wonder nobody likes you, right? And then I got to university and I met this boy. I don't know about that because it was 5 months of hell. And it was so bad. I had to go to like therapy and everything. And I went to therapy and she was like, oh yeah. Again, I can't tell you guys the deets, unfortunately, because our campus is this small and I know people that know him. And if they find this video and they know exactly what I'm talking about, they're gonna, and I'm not prepared to deal with that. Anyway, but it was so bad. I literally had to sit back and be like, damn, he didn't even find me romantically attractive. And he can say he did all he wants. That's a freaking lie. We both know. I feel like if we were to look each other in the eye, he'd be like, that's a lie. Anyway, but there's something so dehumanizing, I guess, about not not to say that the whole human existence is about romance and stuff like that, but there's something so dehumanizing when nobody finds you romantically attractive. Like, nobody, bro. Not one person. Like nobody wants to be my Valentine. Nobody wants to share Christmas with me. Are you for real? Nobody, bro. It's just sad. And I think because currently if you're on South African TikTok lately, there's been a lot of talks of decentering men and stuff like that. And I think there's something to be said about women who have always had male validation speaking on these topics. It's very easy to dismiss what you've always had as someone who's never been a like as someone who's never had male validation before. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and be like, oh my god, I don't care. I care. I want it and I want it now and I want it forever. Like I'm not gonna lie, right? But a part of me finds it easy to dissent a man because you can't miss what you never had. So it's easy for me to be like, men aren't the center of my world. Only because I've never been put in a position where I get to make a man the center of my world. It's never happened before. So I feel a little iffy saying, yeah, let's decenter men, knowing damn well I want just one opportunity, just one. Can I have this, please? And I think when people, like, because I tell people, I'm like, oh, I have a crush on this dude or whatever. And they're always like, oh, just shoot your shot, just shoot your shot. I don't think y'all know who you're talking to. Look, girl, please, be for real. I am every single fat black girl trope in a movie. I am the friend, I'm the manipulator. Like, men will come to me and I'll teach them everything there is to know, but will they use it on me? No, it'll be used on somebody else. And I will never forget the day in primary school where this guy, actually, this girl, she's really big on TikTok because she's so pretty. And we used to be like bestianas in primary school. But lately, she's really been trending. Like, people that I know from university are posting her TikToks. Like, it's crazy. But I remember her and we used to share a desk in primary. And there was this guy. He was really, really into her. And I was into him. Like, bro. And I remember he came up to me after school and we had like a really good long conversation. I mean, bro, I think we were in grade what? Grade 4? Like a good conversation, grade 4 level, right? Anyway, so then he's like, oh yeah, what sweets do you like? Asking me, what sweets do you like? I'm like, oh, I like this and I like that. And he was like, right. Tell me why on Valentine's Day I found those sweets in my bestiana's desk. It just so happened that we liked the same sweets anyway, so it wasn't a problem. And you know what she did? She looked at me and she was like, it's from, should I say his name? I'll call him Al because his name's already Al. I was like, it's from Al. She did not like this boy. Like, ew. Like, if you mentioned him next to her, her first instinct was ew, right? So she was like, it's from Al, right? And I'm sitting there like, ew. Oh, no. Whole time my heart is doing this, bro. And then she gives me the sweets and she's like, you can have them, I don't want them. And naturally I'm like, okay, thanks, right? At break time, he comes to me. He's like, where did you get those sweets? Because they sell them at the tech shop. So he's like, where did you get those sweets? And I was like, Bestiana gave them to me. He snatches the sweets away from me. He's like, they're not for you. Pamgwabantu. I literally stood there. Because I'm used to being bullied, I'm used to large amounts of people laughing at me. But that didn't make it any better. Like, I was literally just standing there like, okay. And people were pointing at me and they were laughing. And I was like, oh, this is why men are violent when they get rejected. Like, I understand for real, right? But anyway, fast forward. Like I said, so like for me, it's very hard to be like, oh yeah, I'm decentering men, when I've never had the opportunity to center a man before, which is why I feel like whenever I have crushes, they're so intense and like it's so crazy. It got to the point where in first year, I would literally fall asleep to boyfriend ASMR because I just wanted a boyfriend. But like it was so desperate. And people would be like, you need to do the inner work. If you don't love yourself, like everyone was RuPaul. When it comes to giving single people advice, everybody's RuPaul. If you don't love yourself, how are you gonna expect someone to love you? You must do the inner work. You must do the shadow work. First of all, you don't think I did that? Dumbo, you don't think I did that? I feel like there's only so much self-love can do for you, for real. There's only so much self-love can do for you. And I think it was in second year when I learned that not everyone is promised marriage and stuff, like in the Bible. Not everyone is promised marriage. Now I'm looking around, I'm like, Lord, if you want to talk to me directly, put my name. Be like, in verse 12, verse 15, Angel Mpeka will not. Just say, call my name. Just call my name, though, because actually that's what we are doing. Okay, right? So then I would just use that as like a little. So I'd walk around and be like, not everyone's promised marriage, right? But it still hurts the fact that there is a possibility I will never in my whole life experience romance. The only romance that I know is platonic romance because I give it to my friends and they give it to me. So I know romance platonically. I don't know a romantic romance. Because one nail fell off. Tomorrow, I'm getting them removed. They were a beautiful experience. I loved them. But they have got to go today. Right? Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, I don't know where this video is going. I just wanted to talk to you guys and tell you stuff because I feel like this is going to be so much easier than like vlogging and stuff like that, so we can like have conversations. But I just, it's so painful essentially being the ugly duckling of your everything. Just being the ugly duckling in general, it really hurts, dog. Like, I remember, like, how do I tell this without exposing who this boy is? Okay, me and boy were having a conversation, and then boy said, "Yo, ah." Okay, me and boy were having a conversation, right? Then boy said something about how he hates being single, like he literally just wants a girlfriend. And I was like, oh yeah, me too. Like, I don't like being single. This is not fun. Like, this is not the vibes. And then I looked at boy, and because our campus is small, almost everyone knows everyone, right? I fix my glass. I'm not popular, but I'm well known. Like, if you're talking Angel, you know who you're talking about. But also, if you don't know my name, you know my face. Type things, right? So I know a few people on campus, and he's I can't say that piece of information. Anyway, so boy and I were talking, and I'm telling him, I'm like, you know, girls like you on campus, like they like you. And he's like, put me on, dog, put me on. And I'm looking at him like, now why the fuck would I do that? Bitch, why would I do that? Right? And I don't know. I think there's something so like weird. It feels, dare I say, sinister telling a man that you like him. It feels like something bad is gonna happen. Because the last time I told a boy I liked him, I ended up in therapy. But that's not what we're talking about. One day, you guys, I'm gonna tell you that story. And we're all gonna cry together. We're gonna crowd. And then we're all gonna move on with our lives. Anyway. But I remember like walking away from that conversation and thinking, damn, it's never gonna be you. It was never gonna be you. It was never gonna be you. So why would you think? Why would you ever think, right? But anyway, I have a new crush now. I always have a crush, but like boy, we're just gonna call him boy for the sake of the video. Boy will forever be my like top two, not number two crush. And then this new crush that I have, he's like my class crush. If I can like, he writes poetry and he wears black all the time, like gym wear with headphones. He looks like a real chilled, mysterious dude. But we had a group assignment together. And you know, because I am who I am, one thing about me, I will make a man giggle. I don't know what it. I'm funny. I'm just funny. So yeah, but he's just cute overall, right? But he's not like boy. Like Jim Bro is not like boy. Boy will always have a special place in my heart, right? And going back to being romantically unattractive and stuff like that. Whenever I say I miss, for the sake of the story, we're just gonna call him Eggs. Whenever I say, "Oh, I miss my ex," like I miss my ex, I miss my ex, everyone's like, "Ew, no, you do not. You're just lonely right now. Duh, that's why I miss him, stupid, because I'm lonely," right? And I think if you've never had romantic relationships like on the fly, I don't think you don't get to tell me what the fuck to think, is what I'm trying to say, because I only really have one person to lament over. Only one. And even then, he's trash. So I essentially only have one trash bag to lament over. Can I lament over my piece of trash, please? Y'all won't even let me lament over my piece of trash? Really? Right? I I hate it so much. And people are always like, "Oh, love will come. Love will come when you least expect it." And if I have to not expect it for it to come, I don't want it anymore. My biggest fear is being so numb to romantic attraction that one day someone's gonna find me romantically attractive and I'm literally gonna be like my mom. I don't want it. I'm going to turn, not to say that there's anything wrong with my mom. Like, my mom's had her fair share of relationships in front of me and before I was even a thought in her mind. And she tells me all the time, she's like, "Dog, boys aren't going anywhere. Boys," which she's right. Men aren't going anywhere. And like, men will always be around. But I I want a young love story. You know what I mean? Like, my older sister, she can tell me for time. She can tell me for like she can tell me for days. I mean, like days on days on days about stories about this boy and this boy and this girl and that girl and how she got back with this girl because this boy did that. And I'm literally standing there like, oh, want to talk about the economic and political state of the world? Like, let's talk about something I can actually talk about. Let's not talk about this. This little relationship thing is irritating me, right? Which is why I hate Umjolo content, honestly. Because I'm bitter and I'm mad as hell. Anyway, and one day my sister was like, "You know what your problem is? Your standards are too high." What? And mind you, my standards aren't like, if I read them out loud, they're genuinely not ridiculous. I believe that the standards that I have written down, someone possesses all of them. Is that so hard to believe? Is it hard to believe? I don't think so, right? And I would never lower my standards, because imagine dating someone and they tell you, "You're my lowered standard." I actually had such high standards, but I lowered them, and that's how you and I are dating now. I know you lost your mind. Who do you think you're talking to? I'm your lowered standard. So I think that's why I could never lower my standards. And the whole, there's always somebody out there for someone. What the fuck is my person doing? Are they dead? I'm so convinced my soulmate is dead. Like, they were stillborn. Because where are you, bro? And what are you doing? Like, it got to the point where X asked me about like past relationships, and I lied and I was like, "Yeah, I had a boyfriend from here and he did this." Like, it didn't even make sense. Like, the story didn't make sense. And he would ask me, he was like, "What did he do? Like, wait, you said he said and did this. So why are you saying that he said it? And I'd be like, what? It depended on his mood. What are you talking about? Like when he would leave, because he used to come visit me because I'm an off-campus student. I never lived at a res. So he would come and visit me and then he'd leave. Like when he'd leave, I'd literally sit in my bed and be like, what was I talking about? What was I yapping about? Like, I didn't need to lie. I did, but I didn't want to seem like I was never wanted before, right? Because nobody wants to date someone who is unattractive in any shape or form, right? And when he asked me about past relationships, I lied because I didn't want him to think, damn, I'm dating the girl that nobody wants, right? So I came up with a lie. Which also, now that we're talking about this, I genuinely think he lied too. I think he lied about everything he said because look at you. You want me to believe, you genuinely want me to believe that a random girl in your school turned you out? But you know what? Hey, that's actually about me. You know what? Let me shut up. Let me shut up because I don't know. Will I post this video? Yes. I don't film for nothing. It's getting posted. Will I edit it though? I don't know. I like raw content like this. It's very 2016. You know what I mean? Like, granted, I'm using my iPhone camera and not the MacBook, which, by the way, all the money in the world, and they still can't fix a MacBook camera. What the fuck are we paying you for? Why are we paying you? Anyway, I think when it comes to topics about this, I really can't concisely put my points together because my mind is all over the place, because these are things that I think about all the time because I got nothing to do. I just chill in bed for it. If I'm not doing schoolwork or like working because I have a job, I'm a tutor, I'm really in my bed like thinking about or like romance and wanting to be like loved and stuff like that. Which, pathetic confession, I'd read Wattpad books and just imagine myself as the character and be like, oh my god. Granted, reading YN like books is kind of cringy because the author's like, YN said, YN did, and it's like, ew, just like leave a line and I'll insert my name. But I think I've always found ways to insert myself in any type of romance, whether it's fictional or if someone if my sister tells me about what her boyfriend did and what her boyfriend didn't do, while she's talking, in my mind I'm like, my boyfriend would never do that. He would never do that. He would never say that to me. And I know people are like, well, you just have to sit and you have to manifest it and you have to pray about it. Now imagine me bothering God about a man. What? Of all the things I could pray for? Are you serious? I'm not gonna sit here and lie and be like, I never prayed for a relationship. I did. Sure. I would be crying tears, right? But oh, I'm blind for real. Anyway, what I'm saying is I need eye drops, dog. My eyes are dry. But my optometrist was like, you don't need a one. You just have myopia. Okay, girl. Okay. Right? And I think this also goes with the whole baddie aesthetic. I think right now baddies are in easy. Everybody wants a baddie. Everybody wants to be a baddie. And look at me. I am not a baddie. Like I've seen plus size baddies, but with the way my face is structured, I'm not made to be a baddie. I am like cutesy, coquette. That's me. I've tried the baddie aesthetic. I have like a leopard print top. It doesn't work for me. Like I don't look bad, but I look if I feel like I'm trying too hard. But when I'm like lit in pink, cute stuff, it makes sense. Like people recognize me for being cute. I am not a baddie. And I think right now, not even right now, just forever, men have always wanted baddies. I am not the, oh, let me throw it back on you. Hold my hand. Hold my hand and kiss my knuckles and tell me how I'm the prettiest girl you've ever seen. I don't want you to. That's not, I feel weird. It feels wrong, right? And you could, like, with X in those 5 months, I could tell he wanted a baddie. He was trying to turn me, a cute girl, into a baddie. It clearly didn't work because here we are. And the last time I saw him with the girl, she was like a emo baddie, and I guess that's his type, right? I don't think. Okay, and like my type, I know my type. I know my type when I see them. The thing is, my type is very. I don't have a niche type. Like, oh my gosh, like dog. As long as you're attractive and you're a nerd about something, I like you. I I feel like the guy. Of course, this is just like a feeling. I don't know what they're thinking when they see me. For all I know, whenever my crushes see me, they're like, "Oh my gosh, Angel, I need you so bad. I want you. I want you." I will never know, right? But in the back of my head, whenever I'm like talking to my crush, or like standing next to them, or whatever it is, something in me is always like, "Not you. It won't be you. It'll never be you. Don't ever think it's you. You don't deserve him. You don't deserve it in general. You are an academic. You're a superstar. You roam academia halls. That's all you're meant to do. You're meant to study, make money, and that's it. You're not gonna fall in love. You can fall in love if you want to, but no one's gonna fall in love with you back. And people are like, Angel, how do you do so well in school? Because what else am I gonna do? What the fuck else am I gonna do? It's one of my colleagues, and she was just telling me about her boyfriend and stuff like that. And I'm like, y'all just be dating? And she's like, yeah, I want to learn my makeup so when we go out on a date. And I'm like, oh, y'all are dating. Excuse me. Like, people take you out on dates? You lucky girl. Like, you're so lucky. Bro, I've never even been asked out on a date. At my big 22 years old age, at my big astronomical age, I've never even been asked out on a date. Which, in the greater scheme of things, is not a crazy phenomenon. A lot of people have never been asked out on dates. A lot of people have never asked anyone out on a date. But when you look around and everyone's like going on dates, and like, oh, me and my boyfriend, me and my girlfriend, me and my person. How? Because then people be like, oh, I'm not attracted to the physical. I'm attracted to personality. I have a bomb ass personality, bro. Ask anybody. Ask anybody. Like, my personality is top tier. It is so bomb. Like, I've had people be like, oh, Angel, I don't want to leave. I'm having such a great time with you. So, physically, I can't get a person. Personality wise, I can't get a person. Do y'all want me to be strange fruit? Do you want to see me hanging? What is this? Right? Do I feel like I'm begging the universe for romance? At this point, it's a mess, it's a mess. And like people be like, dating is not all that. Being in a relationship is not worth it. Trust me, you don't want that stress. First off, shut your dumb ass up. Shut up. Cause from the outside looking in, how much is the ticket to get in the club? Even then, am I purchasing love? Because if I do that, then are they dating me for my money, or did down the line they did end up actually liking me for real? Because and in the current climate we're in, like, especially me, because I know I'm not the type to just open my legs like that. So, like right now, it's everybody's falling pregnant left. Like literally today, I saw a girl. I don't know if that's her boyfriend or her male friend, but they were buying a pregnancy test, and I'm like, damn, it's starting to look like a disease out here, right? I am not prepared to open my legs and sleep with somebody. And I genuinely feel like people can date and not sleep. Is it me? Am I losing my mind? I probably lost my damn mind. Shoot, I mean, if y'all are sleeping to keep a man, y'all can have it. Damn. I'm not prepared. I'm just not prepared to sleep. And people feel like, then just find a Christian man. The Christian men are hungry. Balambile. And I think we only talk about how women go to church to find a good man. Men go to church to find a wife too. It's not strange. I've heard it. Like, I would roam church and I just hear men talking about, oh, did you see that girl in the skirt? Yeah. I thought we were here to praise the Lord. I thought we were here to put prayer requests. What are you? Is she your prayer request? What the hell going on here on this day? Right? But I get it. People go to the club to find someone. People go to the library to find someone. Some people go to church to find someone. And it's not uncommon. People are doing it all the time. I think every day of my life, Gipila is what the fuck. When is it gonna be me? Like, when is it gonna be my turn to post the bouquet and post the shoes and post the hand and be like, oh my gosh, soft launch? You know, like, when is it gonna be my turn to like wake up to a good morning? I was just thinking about you, Granted, saying I love you for me is a very iffy thing because we didn't grow up saying that in my family, at least on my side. So I don't think I can just go around telling a man I love you like that. Which I'm not gonna lie, I did tell my ex that I loved him, but I genuinely feel like I just said that because it had to be said, not because I actually did. I don't, because like when we broke up, when I broke up with him, I want to make that very clear. Don't ever let this man walk around the streets talking about I broke up with Angel. No, nigga, I broke up with you. Period. My very first relationship, and I was breaking hearts. Anyway, anyway, but I think when I cried, I mainly cried because of the main situation that happened, not the heartbreak, but to put it simply, harm was inflicted on me. And when we broke up, I cried over that because I didn't even know what was happening until my therapist told me. But another thing that I cried over was my fucking time. 5 months. You could have left me alone. You literally could have left me alone. And I was talking to someone about like this, like being romantically unattractive. And they were like, well, maybe you should try dating girls. I'm not a user. And I refuse to use women because I can't get men. It's not my style. I love women enough to know that if I were to date a girl, it would be a lie. Like I'm just dating you just so I can fill a void. But also, damn it! I've been recording for 46 minutes. And I feel like I didn't really say anything. But if I post this, hopefully somebody relates. I hope someone relates. Anyway, bye guys.